I want to pop your cheeks. Look at that foam on the top of her beer.
Look at this.
It's the only time we really get
Can you guys see how much like frothiness? It's all frothiness.
They just see head. Lots of head.
They say if you get like grease from your head and put it in here, it gets.
Oh, that's gross. Because she just had a mouthful of head. Cheers. Happy Sunday, guys. Happy freaking Sunday.
Maybe eat like. So let's do our cat tip review.
Okay, so on Monday, we talked about feeding your cat from a wooden plate. Now, here's another awesome, beautiful cat mom. Her name is Emma Rutherford. She is a beautiful pet parent as well. Said, you know,
that I've noticed.
she said, you know, a bowl holds in these smells, and when we are feeding our cats a new food, they have all these smell sensors, right? 200 million scent sensors in their nose. So they get a lot of their judgment, if you will, by smell. So if they are smelling this food in a bowl and it is unrecognizable to them because we teach them what food is, then they're not going to associate that necessarily with food. If you put it on a wooden plate. Yeah, but it's not only sanitary, but it's antibacterial and absorbs the
all the blood
odor.
and guts.
The odor. No, I mean it's antibacterial, so it's perfectly safe. That's why we do ours on a wooden board, right?
I know.
Okay.
I know when we make stuff.
Okay.
Don't.
So same. But if we feed it there, then the odors are like either absorbed in or released. So the cats, they still smell it. Of course, they're cats. They have 200 million smell sensors. However, they are not like they're not overwhelmed by it.
Yes.
And they can associate that, especially if you just put like a little bit of that kibble or a little bit of that wet food or whatever it is next to it. Then they can start to really quicker, as she says, associate it. Now we didn't do this when we transitioned our cats. So I don't know for sure, but I said, hey, go ahead, try a wooden board, see if that helps.
A cutting board.
A cutting board is what we call it.
So Bobby said, I better change bowls, so no small bowls. So the thing about small bowls, like small, like closed kind of bowls, is that it can cause whisker stress, where the cat's trying to eat.
Which is not a medical definition, but their whiskers are very sensitive.
But it bothers them. They're very sensitive, right? So you want like a more open bowl. We actually use soup bowls, wider soup bowls for our cats, for their raw meals.
They took over our bowls that we got.
Right. So should I show one? I'm going to show one to you. So
no, they're all dirty.
No, I have clean one.
Oh, you do? Okay. So, but the plate, so the idea, Bobby, is feeding our cats on a plate or an open bowl.
An open bowl.
You can see it. You see how that is?
It's a little more open. So, we used to feed them in smaller bowls.
We used to feed them in smaller bowls before we knew this. And you notice that, especially with kibble, right? Or wet food, they eat the middle, and then there's all this food on the outside of it with a regular bowl. Now with these bowls,
they eat it all.
They just lick it all up because there's no whisker stress, which it's not a medical term.
So your bowls may be okay. So check your bowls.
It stresses out their whiskers.
Yeah. But the board idea is so cool for people that are thinking about transitioning.
A plate or a wooden board or something like that is also very nice. And Emma has had really good success with, she said, tons of cats that she's transitioned using a wooden board. So a lot of people, you know, we preach for feeding the freshest food possible to your cats. And she does as well. And she said that she does it very quickly. And sometimes, like for us, for one of our cats, it took 6 months. We didn't do the wooden board thing. And it might have been
that it took 6 months.
Well, you call it.
She's
6
always
months.
been saying, "Oh, that's like 4 months."
Anyway, we didn't count the time, but it was a long time, basically. But we didn't try these different methods. We didn't know these different methods when we did it. So if you guys are trying to transition your cat to a better diet, whether it be from kibble to wet or wet to raw or fresh, try the wooden board. She's European, right? So she said it's better than plastic, but you know, us in America, we're like, if it's better than plastic, we need stainless steel or ceramic or, you know, whatever.
Is that how America sounds?
That's how country American boy sounds.
Okay, Tuesday was the importance of a diverse microbiome.
Yeah, don't drop off here, guys. Just
Don't
because
drop
of
off.
the word microbiome.
So we're talking about the gut, yeah. We're talking about your gut. Your gut.
We all know that health begins in the gut, right?
Yes. Immune system, overall health. So this was from an article that Dr. Karen Becker posted talking about specifically how prevalent type 2 diabetes has become in cats, and how they had a study at the University of Copenhagen where they looked at cats that had type 2 diabetes and cats that were healthy. And they found that the cats that had type 2 diabetes had a very stale microbiome, basically. And the cats that were healthy had a much more diverse microbiome. And this obviously ripple effects into a lot of other more chronic diseases that our kitties are dealing with.
Yeah.
And the bottom line essentially is that feeding a fresh food diet, a raw food diet, a diet with variety and different proteins, different treats, where you're really giving your babies a lot of variety, that goes into their gut, and that really helps to
build their microbiome.
And they're finding that cats with a very diverse microbiome do not get these chronic diseases, these very prevalent diseases.
It's like an epidemic, right? I mean, we all know that, like diabetes, like so many, obesity, all of these different things are like an epidemic, and cats, especially within the U.S., it's over 60% of cats within the U.S. are obese, and thus leading to diabetes and many other illnesses, chronic kidney disease, things like this. And if we build that gut strong, then the immune system is able to function better, because it's basically just building the gut, right? Then we can, hi baby, hi my love, come here, don't give me those love eyes.
It's super exciting though to realize that what we feed can actually help prevent a lot of these very common illnesses that happen to our babies. So that was the cat tip of the day on Tuesday, was just thinking about the importance of providing. We are our cat's only choice for diet. And it is so exciting to realize that we can do our best. And this is not meaning that you need to switch to an all raw diet right now. This is literally understanding that every little bit goes a long way. So if we can start little by little, a good friend of mine that I work with in my day job, I actually reached out and he was like, I got this cat and we have elevated kidney levels going on. What can we be doing? The vet put her on a prescription diet. Now we're looking at what are some good wet foods that are human grade. They're not byproducts. They're not all this crap.
Roadkill.
Right. Like there's little bits that you can do. This is not going to be an overnight transition. This is going to be little things that we can do over time.
Unless you use a wooden board.
Maybe, right? But little bits that we can do over time to help provide a diverse microbiome for our cats will help prevent some of these really common illnesses that they deal with. What do you think, Mary? What do you think of fish or krill oil?
We prefer
krill oil.
Yeah, we do krill oil.
We also
just
do
because it
fresh
has
sardines.
more of the
Canned sardines and water.
Yeah, and that's a good source
treat.
of omega-3. So Mary is asking basically about how do you give your cats omega-3s.
Right.
We use krill oil. We use Dr. Mercola's krill oil. So for omega-3s, we use krill oil, Dr. Mercola's krill oil. For pets, it's super easy. It's it doesn't go
Look at
rancid.
this.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at that. You guys, this
and
is
you can get it on
bomb.
you can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Chewy.com.
And it's in an
we get it directly from
oxygen
Dr.
safe
Mercola.
pump, so you can just pump it out.
Yeah, and so it doesn't oxidize by getting by being exposed to oxygen, whereas a lot of fish oils will when you open it up. Anyway, so yeah,
if
krill oil is
scorpions
the best.
ever grow wings, I'm just gonna.
They have more
myself.
omega-3s too. Like I can't remember DHA.
She said getting krill oil. Great.
Whatever. There's like 3, and it has all of them. So so it's the best, in my opinion.
It's the best.
Anyway,
it's the best.
So on Wednesday we talked about flea bombing the house. So someone reached out to me that morning and said, I'm guessing you're against flea bombing the house. What do I do? There's carpet in every room. How do I get rid of the fleas? Keep treating my cats, but the fleas are still there
everywhere.
And so I did quite a bit of research, which we've done in the past, but just about like alternatives to flea bombing. And there's actually a lot of them, but it's going to be a little bit more work, right? So flea balm, if you guys have never flea balmed your house, we
Good.
both have. Yeah, good for you.
Good for you. You don't ever want to.
Congratulations on never doing that. We did separately.
Yeah.
But we have back when we were young, before we knew better. And what you have to do is you have to leave your house with all living beings.
Evacuate.
For like 2 days and literally put all of these chemicals into the air in your house.
And then let them soak into
in and kill everything. And then you come back into your house and you're like, okay, I'm going to live with those toxins. And my cats are going to be on the floor where all these horrid, I mean, so much so that you as a large human being cannot leave your house.
Ooh, it smells so
and
strong.
It smells so
But it's
horrible.
safe for me to go in now.
Now then it's been 2 days later. Anyway, so when we're talking about pest control, we're talking about fleas infesting the home. There are many alternatives. So diatomaceous earth, Wondercide. We have a product called Flea X that you can mix with water and you can spray on your carpet and your furniture and stuff like that. Now the thing is that if you're going to go the natural route with balming your house, basically ridding your home of fleas, then you are going to have to put in some more work. It's not going to be as simple as pick up your cats, go to a hotel for 2 days or go to your friend's house for 2 days and so if you're only in it for simple and you don't care about the chemicals that your cats are going to be ingesting after coming home, then flea balm is easy. I don't recommend it in any way, shape, or form. The long-term side effects for this type of stuff for you and your cats, but definitely your cats, but also you, is not good. So what we recommend is put a little bit more effort into it. You want to vacuum consistently. You want to put things down like diatomaceous earth, Wondercide, like these different types of products that kill fleas. They can kill the eggs, but you also have to, or Flea X, our product, but also you have to clean them up. You have to get the eggs. I like our products better than Wondercide. But we've never had carpet together. We've never had.
We've never had.
And since we've lived in Las Vegas for the past 15 years almost. 14 years. And we don't have fleas here. So thank God we don't have to deal with that now. But we did in Tennessee when we lived there. And so, but you have to put more effort in. But what I read also, and I didn't include this in the cat tip of the day, is that if your house is infested, baby boy, I will get it. And he's bringing me his ball. I feel so bad and rubbing his leg against me. What I read was if you have a flea infested home, treat the home first. Like we want to get rid of that first and then treat your cats because it's just going to keep coming back to your cats.
Okay, so Thursday's cat tip of the day. Oh, wait.
Missed the twist.
Katrina, right on. Best reason to live in Utah, no fleas. Do you have scorpions there?
Yeah.
Because I might consider moving. Trish said, when I was boarding dogs, 2 dogs came in my house loaded with fleas, infesting my cats, dogs, and home. I did do diatomaceous earth, and it worked, but took about 2 months to break the flea cycle. Those damn eggs. Also, lots and lots of bats.
Yes,
She was allergic to
and that's
fleas.
Perfect example. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's going to take everybody 2 months. It depends on the size of your house, the severity of the flea infestation, and the persistence of you working to. I'm going to take this away from you now. Okay. The persistency
you're
of
gonna throw it for him. He's waiting for you.
I'm going to put you in the corner. It'll take, you being persistent with it too, depending on how long it's going to take. But yes, Trish, that's a perfect example of how it takes longer and more work to get it out of your home without, I don't want to say killing your cats, but literally like
jeopardizing
their health by using.
Everybody's
laughing.
Compromising. Maybe. Okay, so Thursday was about FIV kitties and how there's so many myths about FIV positive cats.
No
so feline immunodeficiency virus is basically a way of saying that there is a feline immunodeficiency virus. And it's usually not even recognized. A lot of people will adopt an FIV positive kitty without even realizing that they are. They live long, healthy lives. It's usually a secondary infection that can really get to them. However, if you know that your cat is FIV positive and you are supporting their immune system, which is what we recommend for healthy cats as well, these cats can live long, beautiful, healthy lives.
A normal.
The myths about FIV, though, are what's heartbreaking because people think that they can't have an FIV positive kitty in a home with other cats. FIV can only be transmitted through a very brutal puncture bleeding wound. It's not transmitted through grooming. It's not transmitted through sharing a food bowl or a water bowl. It cannot be transmitted that way. It's only in households. Like if you had a feral, like tomcat, for example, that could not be around other cats without attacking them, biting them, that would be cause for concern. But an FIV positive kitten
in a shelter that needs a
shelter,
home is perfectly safe.
Euthanized at alarming rates. And these are cats that can live long, healthy, beautiful lives. So Cat Tip of the Day on Thursday was really about understanding what FIV is, debunking some of these myths that are out there about FIV positive cats.
That's right. What is FIV positive? Okay, so Jennifer Lindsay. So FIV is like HIV for people. So we're talking about feline immunodeficiency virus. So HIV is human immunodeficiency virus, and FIV is feline immunodeficiency virus. Basically, it means your immune system is weakened. It's weak, and but there's so many
transmitted through.
But it's not transmitted. Yeah, you're not going to walk by somebody that's HIV positive and catch HIV.
Lynn
right?
adopted an FIV positive.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you so much. I saw so many of you guys that were like, "Yes, I did that," and "Yes, I would do that," and I absolutely,
Hey, Jackie.
So FIV is feline immunodeficiency virus, and it's just like HIV for humans, and it's not transmitted
through casual contact.
Yeah, through casual contact.
You know what? It's not even
It's
sexually.
just a weakened immune system, but
hold on. This is a point though, because everyone's like, "Oh, well, HIV was spread through sexual contact."
Yeah,
it's not even spread through sexual contact with cats. You can't spread it sexually.
Really?
The only thing about the sexual contact with cats is that oftentimes the male cat will bite the scruff of the female cat. If it punctures, that's a possibility. That's very rare though. So you need to understand it's not the act of sex. And in fact, nursing moms that have FIV will spread it to their babies through their milk, and they often shed the virus. What are you doing, babies? Do you see this handsome boy right here? Say hi to everybody.
He's playing with Zora. Anyway, so that's FIV, and what we're trying to say is if there are FIV positive kitties in the shelter and you are looking to adopt them, please adopt them. Because there are many, many, many ways that we can build their immune system, and they can live just the same normal life that any other cat in your home would.
Jenna Adams said, "I have 3 FIV positive, and they're totally normal
indoor cats." Exactly,
God bless
Jenna.
You.
Yay.
Lynn said, "I give them Catalyst every day." That really helps build the immune system.
Yes.
And that's one thing that's the only thing that is really recommended for FIV positive cats is to support their immune system.
Yes, and you can do that through diet and supplementation, both. And as she said, it's really good for all cats. We do it. We do great diet and supplementation for our cats every day, and none of them are FIV positive. But we do it just for prevention. But if you have an FIV positive cat, it's just imperative that you make sure that you support their immune system so they can have the life they deserve.
And it's so beautiful. I just think I think it's up to all of us to help change the perspective on FIV. I think that it's
Heather said I adopted 1 years ago that actually recommended euthanasia.
Nope.
A big Kanta. Nope.
Kanta. Nope.
Poor little guy had a lot of other issues too, so he died young, but he had a happy life for as long as I could give him. I don't regret it at all.
God bless you, Heather.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Many cats, especially if not taken in young enough, and we can't change genetics, but FIV positive cats, as she said, will often suffer, just like FELV positive cats even, they will end up suffering from secondary, what they die from or what they suffer from are secondary illnesses, and it's all due to a weakened immune system. So support that immune system, people.
Oh, Bobby, you're very kind. Friday. Oh, this is a great one. I love this one.
Yeah, our wonderful man crush, Rodney Habib, the legendary Rodney Habib from Planet Pause. He posted which we shared one on from him today too.
Yes, it's Oliver.
This is Oliver Twist. Yes.
Z's behind us too. You can't see him. He's playing with his mama's shoes.
Yeah, he's playing with the shoes. You can't see him. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Rodney Habib. Rodney posted a video that we watched about different types of raw food and what the different levels of fresh food and all of this stuff. And he pointed out something that I remembered seeing in the past. So I went to the pet store that next day on Friday for cat food, but also for this specific cat tip, because there are, so on your cat's food, if you're buying it in a bag, like a raw food bag, because raw food does this as well, no matter what it is, or a can of food or a bag of kibble, they have to put on the bag either that it's complete and balanced, meaning that it meets all of AAFCO guidelines, which we can argue all day long if that's actually complete and balanced or not. However, if they don't have that and they put on, this is intended for supplemental feeding only, then it means that they didn't create this food
as a staple
diet for your pets. Now, a lot of us feed limited ingredient foods for our cats because they have a sensitivity to a certain protein, or they have, our vets say they need this limited ingredient diet because of A, B, or C. But if it says that it's for supplemental feeding only or intermittent and supplemental feeding only, then what that means is that it's not fully balanced. So over time, this isn't the type of food that we want to feed only, and it's not the type of food that we want to feed for the long term. So you always want to add in something else. So check your food. The cat tip is check your food when you're buying it. Make sure that it says a complete and balance for adult maintenance or blah 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 or whatever it is, so that you know that the food is complete and balanced, and meaning it meets the minimum guidelines of what your cats need for overall health and well-being. And if it says supplemental feeding, then you either have to do your research and add food in, add something else in, or you do it on a very limited, if this is limited ingredient and it's supplemental feeding, you don't do it for an extended period of time. There are my shoes. Look how clean they are. We washed them today. So that's our cat tip review.